I've got a very special show lined up for everybody today with a special kind of guest. Look, I didn't think he would show up for the interview, y'all. That's the only reason why I did it. But he did, and now he's right here waiting. I don't want to talk to this dumb son of a bitch either, y'all, but we got to. We got to. He's here waiting right now. We might as well get it over with, all right? Welcome to the show, Kraznov, you big orange bloated syphilis up Adderall riddled idiot.
I sure you appreciate me being in Black Boot. Never heard of you. Hope you have good ratings. How white is your audience? I guess the question is, how stupid is your audience? As I'm sure you know, I love the uneducated and they love me back.
How white is my audience? Look, Kraznov, you're on the wrong show. Look, my audience is, we've got that diversity going on over here. The diversities, the equities, and the infusions that you hate so much, and you tell all your people to hate on and all. We've got that over here. We've got the diversities going on over here. We ain't just a bunch of damn white people. I mean, I'm white, but that don't mean everybody on here is white, you know? And look, no, they ain't stupid. You're on the wrong damn show, Kraznov. No, they're not stupid at all. These people are intelligent. Look, you might as well tell the truth while you're on here, because they can see right through your BS, okay? These people are smart, and they ain't all white, all right? So I don't know what kind of idea you had was going to happen over here on this show, but you better be a straight shooter this time, okay? Now, look, I've always wondered, though, since I got you on here, how is it that you, I mean, straight from Jump Street, you told your supporters, you said that you love the uneducated, and they cheered for you when you said that. Whenever you said that, I was like, oh, he's about to lose all his support right now. But you didn't. They all cheered for you, and you gained supporters whenever you told everybody they were stupid. And I don't understand how that worked at all. I mean, how do you tell a whole bunch of people that I think you're stupid, and then more of them come and support you? I mean, it don't make no sense to me. I mean, can you shed any light on it for me? I mean, what do you think about the whole situation?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by how stupid they were, too. Really dumb at levels no one has seen before. But that's why, I think, because they're stupid.
Look, that's crazy, man. But it leads me to my next question there, Kraznov. Why do you got to lie all the time? I mean, all the time you're lying. Why do you got to lie to these people? Just because you think they're dumb don't mean you got to lie to them all the time. I mean, can't you tell them the truth sometimes? You ain't never told them the truth. You have never told them the truth the whole time you've been pretending to be president. You never told them the truth. And you told 31,000 lies the first time you was pretending to be president. And I know how you like, you know, big numbers and stuff like that, but that's not kind of big number you want to have, I don't think. 31,000. And we ain't even counting the ones you're doing this time while you're up there pretending to be president, squatting up in the White House and all the stuff you're doing. We ain't got time to count them. But, I mean, 31,000 lies. Look, I mean, you're being honest with me right now here up on my podcast. Why can't you be honest with them? Why do you got to lie to them all the time?
Come on, Doug, people don't care about the truth. The truth is boring. And frankly, they have the attention span of a gnat. Drama sells, anger sells. Why bore them with the truth? A lie is much easier for them to believe.
But look, Kraznov, you're going to have to come clean with them sometime. You can't just be lying to them all the time. You know, I mean, look, a lot of these people here that went out there and voted for you, they had legit reasons for it. I mean, it was the food prices, man. The food prices. They was upset about them food prices, and you had them out there blaming the Joe Bidens for it and stuff, and they was complaining about the old Joe Bidens had all their food prices all jacked up and everything, and you was telling them it was his fault. And I went around and started looking at all the damn grocery stores up in the towns and other people's towns looking for the Joe Biden grocery store. I never did find one. I never did find it, you know. And I was like, well, if Trump's saying that Joe Biden can control these grocery prices, must means he owns the grocery stores and stuff. And I went looking and never did find it. And I'm like, he's lying to them again. He's lying again to them poor people about the damn food prices, you know. So then you went out there and you made promises to these people that if they'd elect you, that day one, that you'd get the food prices straightened out, and you ain't done it right now. And these people, along with me, we're all upset about the food prices right now. They're out of control. We want cheaper food. Kraznov, you gonna do anything about it?
Food prices? Really? Nobody gives a shit about the price of food or groceries, as those people call them. If you're hungry, get a Big Mac. My people, my friends, they are eating food. The best food. Food you've never seen before.
So you and your rich buddies are eating good. Okay, well, that don't help us out none, does it? At all. And the Big Macs, man, are you serious? The Big Macs are going up too. We can't afford the Big Macs. McDonald's is pricing us out here, You're supposed to have done something about it, but it's just more of that line and stuff. Now you out here telling me, well, me and my rich buddies are eating good. We don't care about y'all and your groceries and stuff. See, I told them. I tried to tell them, Kraznov. I tried to tell them many and many times that you was lying to them, that you was a con man, And look, you even tried to tell them one time. You told them to their face. You said, I don't care about you. I only need your vote. You told them that. And when you did it, I was like, that right there was stupid, because there ain't no way these people are going to turn around and vote for a man that just said, I don't care about you, that I only care about your vote. I was like, they ain't going to vote for him. I was wrong, Kraznov. I was dead wrong about that, because they doubled down on it. They went out there and voted for you anyway, You remember when you did that?
Yeah, I did tell them that. I get so sick of seeing them and shaking their disgusting hands. Remember, I told the Christian nationalists if they voted for me, they would never have to vote again. So we are working on that, destroying democracy. So it don't matter what my fart-sniffing, mouth-breathing supporters want. I don't need them anymore.
Dang, that's rough, Kraznov. That's rough. I mean, I thought I was mean to your supporters. Man, look, that right there is that's tough, what you're doing to them people. I mean, I agree with you that they are what you said they were and all, but man, and then on top of that, why are you destroying on the democracies, man? You don't destroy on the democracies. That ain't American thing to do right there, especially for a president to be doing that. We need those. We need those democracies. That's what got you in there, was that the democracies got you in there. Now you're going to hate on them and destroy on them stuff. We're going to need that to get your dumb ass out of there. Don't you realize that? We got to have them democracies to get you out of there, because you're destroying everything, I hate hearing that, man. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to us?
Look, I should be in prison right now. I committed an unbelievable amount of crimes. If people are allowed to vote, they will kick me out again. They will for sure put my dumb ass in prison, so I have to be a dictator. Plus, I am making an unbelievable amount of money.
Well, that I agree with, Kraznov. You should be in prison, for all the damn criming that you did. You know yourself, you said it yourself, that you did a bunch of criming and stuff. And we was watching you do it. 34 felony charges. You had 54 pending, out there just criming it up. I mean, you was getting indicted down left and right. Everybody was just, here's an indictment for you, here's an indictment for you, but you needed all that indictment, It was coming at you left and right. It was like, get in where you fit in with them indictments, But you deserved all of it. And you act like you even know that you deserved all of it. So now then, you're going to dictate her up on us so that you can stay in there to keep your dumb ass out of prison, like you said. So you're going to dictate her up on us to keep your dumb ass out of prison. Look, Kraznov, I don't think you're cut out for dictatoring myself. I mean, usually when people start dictating like that, they start at a younger age, while they still a little bit spry and things like that. You ain't spry no more, man. Matter of fact, you don't look very healthy at all. Have you looked at yourself at all? Any recently? I mean, it was just a couple of weeks ago you disappeared up on everybody, we was out there thinking that you was dirt napping, we was out there making bets on whether or not you was dirt napping or not. We figured you was dirt napping, because they kept sending out these photos and stuff. It was almost like Bigfoot pictures, off at a distance. Could be him, could not be him. We wasn't real sure. We was pretty dang sure you was dirt napping, and the only reason why we was thinking that is just because of the way you look. You look like you're already dead, man. So you look like you was found floating in a river, like you'd been out there for about 6 days in the sunlight, That's what you look like. So we was figuring you was already taking a dirt nap, So you ain't cut out to be dictator. So how are you feeling? I mean, the mainstream media won't ask you those questions, you know. They're afraid to ask. I ain't afraid to ask you, man. How are you feeling?
It's a bad situation. I almost 80. I always shitting my diaper. I have to wear orange shit on my face to cover up the surgery from my blown out septum. From snorting so many drugs, my ankles are so fat, my feet have skin skirts. And to make matters worse, I'm pretty sure I have syphilis.
Good Lord, man. Oh my God. Kraznov, look, man, you are in bad shape. And see, you even know how bad a shape you're in, you know? You ain't cut out to be doing no dictator, is what I'm telling you. You ought to think twice about that. And I'm going to tell you right now, it probably didn't help matters the last time that you was up there squatting up in the White House. You know, you look at the way you behaved yourself. You turned the White House into a trap house, okay? You turned it straight up into a trap house and a pill mill on top of it, you know? Out there acting crazy, pills after pills after pills. It was the damn Inspector General that come out with that report that said that they was slinging pills all over the White House out there. Y'all was partying it up at the White House, turning the White House into a damn trap house. Trump, that right there probably aged you a lot. You know, you's already pretty old getting up there and ain't very healthy. You's out there trap housing it up out there in the White Houses, you know. That's crazy stuff right there.
Those were good times. We had Dr. Ronnie bagging pills like his life depended on it. Thousands of pills, literally thousands. Pills like no one has seen before. Adderall, ketamine, fentanyl, all the best. And to top it off, Rudy was making his 20-year-old secretary do butt stuff to him. It was the best. But don't worry, we will be back in full swing again.
Good Lord, Kraznov. Damn. Look, if that ain't bad enough there, what you was doing up there, trap housing up the White House like that, yeah, there's other things you was doing up in that White House too, and you know you was, all right? Disgusting stuff, gross stuff that you shouldn't be doing. No man should be doing, okay? And we all heard it there. That Miles Taylor there that wrote the book, he was the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. You remember that fella right there? He wrote a book, and he was talking about all the gross stuff you was doing there. Oogling and Googling on your own daughter there, Ivanka, you know? Just fantasizing about being with your own daughter right there in front of people in the White House. That's gross, man. That is disgusting. So don't even try to deny it. We all know it's happening because of the things you said before, like on the Wendy Williams show when you said you had sex in common with your daughter, or if it wasn't your daughter, you'd marry her, or that picture of you and her there on the interwebs when she was 14 years old wearing some little shorty shorts there straddling you while you was leaning against a wooden statue of mating birds, you know. We've seen all that stuff, but then you get up there in the White House and you're making comments and stuff about the things you want to do to your own daughter, man. That's gross.
I didn't do it all the time, but you gotta admit, she is pretty hot. Just curious, really. What would she be like at 40? But once I go on, maybe she should get a book deal. Dirty Deeds with Daddy should be a bestseller.
Dirty Deeds with Daddy, huh? Well, I guess there's a silver lining in every cloud there, Kraznov. That's disgusting. Look, man, that's horrible. The thing is I've done told you, you ain't looking good, okay? I don't see you making it until 2028. I just can't see you doing it. You look horrible, man. And you said it yourself, just how bad a shape you're in. And the thing is bad about that is what you're going to leave us with there, and I think might even be worse for us there, is that J.D. Vance feller. I'm a real boy. That dude right there. I mean, what in the world was you thinking picking him?
Yeah, he's schmuck. I didn't pick him. Many people who say that. Are you ready for this? He fucks couches. Who fucks a couch? And I just heard that he fucks couches at levels no one has seen before.
Yeah, we know all of that about him there, Kraznov. Wow. Yeah, see, that's what you're leaving us with if you have to start taking a dirt nap because of the way that you are and everything. I mean, look at you. We've talked about it already. If that happens to you, you're going to leave us with J.D. Vance. I'm a real boy with mascara wearing couch effer. It's going to be running everything. And here's the problem too there, Kraznov, is he's just as racist as you are. And maybe even more. He's one of them Christian nationalist fellers that you done got in bed with and everything. And look, I know you say you ain't a racist and everything, but You are, okay? You are. Look, actions speak louder than words. And the thing is, your words are really loud, okay? And that dog whistle that you blow all the time, people can hear it on the moon. They can. Mars can hear it. You're annoying the rovers on Mars with it. It's so loud, see? And I know you say you're not, but you are.
I know many people say that I'm a racist. I'm the least racist person probably on the history of the world. It's simple. If they brown, send them down. If the black, well, whatever. Blacks, they love me. I do the best with the blacks. But many people say this country should be like a tampon. White, tight, and out of sight.
Well, damn. I think that kind of spoke for itself there, Kraznov. Look, do you have a contingency plan? Because, look, the thing is, if you do make it somehow to the next election and all, we ain't doing dictatorships here in America. We ain't going to do it. I think you're reading the room wrong is what's going on here. We're not going to do that. So I was just wondering, are you already thinking about, maybe doing something else? Because you know what the consequences are. All the crime that you're doing right now. I mean, you're not even just the crime that you got to be held accountable for that you did before the last time that you was pretending to be president, but now all the crime you're doing right now, you're going to be held accountable. So I'm wondering, do you have a contingency plan for that?
I can't be a dictator. Let's face it, real patriotic Americans won't let that happen. Well, I will probably have to flee the country. My daddy will let me come to Russia. I have been doing so much for him, he owes me. Plus, he has so much dirt on me, it just makes sense. Let's face it, I'm more Russian than I am American. I'm just a draft-dodging, adjudicated rapist, 34-time convicted felon traitor.
All righty then, Kraznov. Look, that's about all the questions that I have for you. You can leave now. Please leave. Please leave, Kraznov. I'm done. The interview's over. Man, is he gone, y'all? Is he gone? God, I hope he's gone. He needs to disappear. Like, for real, disappear. Hey, that's the dude that's leading our country right there, y'all. And I'm pretty sure that all of those answers we heard he must have been on the sodium pentatols or something like that. They switched up his drugs on him and got him on the sodium pentatols, and he got on here telling the truth to everybody, But man, that's the lunatic that's leading our country right now. And if something happens to him, we're stuck with couch effort there. That J.D. Vance, I'm a real boy. That's what we got then. So, like I said, we were in that catch-22, y'all. But, man, this is a effed up situation we got ourselves in. Inmate Trump.